Almost every cat owner has experienced it. You walk into the bathroom, thinking you have a moment of privacy, and suddenly there they are, your cat, quietly padding after you, eyes wide and attentive, tail flicking with an intensity that seems almost purposeful. At first, it might seem amusing or slightly annoying, like they've decided that even the most private moments are open for observation. But there's something more complex happening beneath that seemingly simple behavior, something rooted deep in the instincts and emotional intelligence of cats, a behavior that humans often misunderstand. Cats are creatures of habit and territory, creatures who read the world with a sensitivity far beyond our own, noticing shifts in scent, subtle changes in routine, and even the smallest emotional cues. Following you into the bathroom is more than a quirky habit. It is a window into their deep, primal understanding of safety and social bonds. They are creatures who have evolved over thousands of years to recognize both potential danger and the presence of those they trust. And when a cat chooses to shadow you through your home, it's not random. It is a deliberate act, a combination of curiosity, attachment, and perhaps even a sense of guardianship. Observing their behavior carefully, you begin to notice patterns. The way they pause just outside the door, how their ears twitch at every sound, how they sometimes circle and settle nearby as if on duty. It's a quiet, almost imperceptible ritual, one that reveals the depth of their attentiveness and their uncanny ability to sense when something is different or unusual in your environment. What seems like a simple act of following is, in fact, a complex expression of their awareness and loyalty. Scientists have long studied feline behavior, and one surprising finding is that cats often monitor human activity, not just out of curiosity, but out of a protective instinct inherited from their ancestors, who had to be acutely aware of threats in their surroundings. Your bathroom, with its closed door, echoes of running water, and sudden lack of visibility, is a place that might trigger both concern and fascination in your cat's mind. They may perceive the act of leaving you alone in an enclosed space as unusual, something that requires their presence to ensure that all is well. In this way, a cat's behavior mirrors a deeply instinctive sense of care, a form of attention that humans rarely associate with the word protective when applied to felines. Beyond instinct, there is also a social element at play. Cats are territorial, yes, but they also form attachments, strong bonds that manifest in ways we might not immediately recognize. Following you, staying close to your movements, responding to your changes in mood or pace, all reflect a quiet but potent connection. This behavior challenges the common stereotype of cats as aloof or indifferent, revealing instead a nuanced intelligence that intertwines curiosity, vigilance, and emotional connection. When you take a step back and observe with this perspective, suddenly their quiet presence in your most private moments is less intrusive and more a testament to the subtle ways cats care, understand, and interact with the world through you. It's a revelation that makes the simple act of following you feel less random and more profoundly intentional, hinting at a hidden emotional depth in your feline companion that few humans fully appreciate. What you might not realize is that your cat's behavior is layered with both instinct and emotional intelligence, combining patterns that have been refined over thousands of years. Cats, despite their domestication, carry the echoes of wild ancestors who had to be hyper-aware of their surroundings at all times. Every movement, sound, or scent in their environment could signal either danger or opportunity, and this acute awareness has translated into an almost supernatural sensitivity to the moods and routines of the humans they live with. Following you to the bathroom, then, is not just an act of curiosity. It can be a subtle alert system, a way for your cat to ensure that the environment is safe and that you, a central figure in their world, are protected. Some researchers suggest that this behavior is rooted in a combination of attachment and instinctual guardianship, where your cat perceives you as part of its territory and, therefore, part of what it needs to watch over. There's a sense of responsibility in their movements, even if it seems playful or trivial at first glance. They are scanning the environment, observing patterns, and even reading the smallest changes in your behavior to detect if something is unusual. There's also a psychological element involved. Cats are known to mirror human emotions. They pick up on anxiety, stress, or tension, often responding in ways that reflect their concern. This means that your cat isn't just following you because of a fascination with water or an interest in closed doors. They are engaging in a form of silent communication, letting you know in their own way that they are present, aware, and attuned to you. The bathroom, oddly enough, becomes a stage for this interaction. With its confined space, unusual sounds from running water, and absence of the usual household activity. It creates a scenario that triggers your cat's attention and sense of duty. Even more surprising is the idea that some cats might interpret your absence in this enclosed space as a vulnerability, a moment where they need to be close to ensure nothing goes wrong. This protective instinct might seem exaggerated, but it is deeply rooted in their nature. Beyond the immediate behavioral explanations, there is a larger lesson about connection. Cats are often underestimated when it comes to emotional awareness, and following you into private spaces demonstrates a remarkable understanding of presence and routine. They are not just passive observers, they are active participants in your environment, constantly assessing and responding to changes. It's as if they have developed a language of proximity, where being nearby signifies care, attention, and vigilance. This transforms what initially seems like a quirky or even inconvenient habit into a profound form of interaction. In fact, many cat owners report feeling a strange sense of reassurance when their cats follow them, a subtle acknowledgement that they are being watched over and valued. The line between instinct and affection blurs, revealing a hidden dimension to feline behavior that few humans notice until they pause and reflect. The next time your cat pads silently behind you, it's worth considering that this seemingly ordinary action carries layers of meaning, a blend of protection, curiosity, and emotional attunement, reminding you that their world is deeply intertwined with yours, and that every small gesture is both intentional and meaningful. What makes this behavior even more fascinating is the way it highlights the subtle intelligence and emotional depth of cats, showing us that their world is far richer than most people imagine. Unlike dogs, who often display obvious signs of affection and protection, cats operate in quieter, more nuanced ways, communicating through presence, movement, and attention rather than overt gestures. Following you to the bathroom is a perfect example of this subtlety. It's not an obvious display of loyalty or heroism, but a quiet, persistent way of saying, "I am aware of you, I am near, and I am attentive to your safety." Scientists and animal behaviorists have explored this phenomenon and suggest that cats are capable of forming deep attachments to their human companions, attachments that resemble the bonds seen in other social mammals. These bonds are not only about comfort or food, but also about emotional synchronization, where cats respond to human routines, moods, and even stress levels. When you enter a private space, your cat's choice to follow can be seen as a combination of vigilance, empathy, and curiosity, a complex interplay that speaks to their sophisticated social intelligence. There's also the element of territory intertwined with emotional attachment. Cats are territorial creatures by nature, and their sense of territory extends to the humans they consider part of their safe environment. Your movements, even into spaces you consider mundane or private, are significant to them, triggering instincts to remain nearby, monitor, and maintain a sense of control over their environment. This explains why the behavior is so consistent across many households, even among cats with vastly different personalities. Beyond instinct, there is an almost philosophical aspect to consider. Cats experience the world differently than we do, perceiving details we overlook, sensing changes in energy, temperature, and even subtle chemical cues. Their choice to be near you, especially during moments of vulnerability, suggests a kind of attentiveness that combines awareness of their environment with awareness of you. In essence, they are partners in your daily life, quietly ensuring your well-being while observing the rhythms of the home. This realization can fundamentally change how we interpret our pets' behavior. What might once have seemed trivial, quirky, or even slightly annoying becomes a window into their inner life, a sign of connection that goes beyond simple companionship. It also challenges the stereotype of cats as solitary or indifferent animals, revealing a capacity for care, attention, and protective instinct that is often underestimated. By following you to the bathroom, your cat is not intruding but participating, silently affirming its role in the shared household ecosystem, a constant presence that watches, waits, and ensures that everything is as it should be. In this light, every small movement, every subtle gesture, carries meaning and emotional weight, reminding us that the bonds between humans and cats are intricate, layered, and profoundly rewarding. So the next time your cat quietly steps into the bathroom behind you, pause and consider the depth of what is happening. A silent act of guardianship, a display of attachment, and a reflection of instincts refined over millennia, all expressed through their patient, watchful presence. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.